Welcome back. You watch Your Morning Live. Now, for those that are buying, building, managing, or even renovating their homes, or maybe just thinking about doing it, then this is for you. Albert van Wyk is taking you through the boxes you must tick when it comes to planning your house. In his book titled The Proud Homeowner, he gives us an insight into fulfilling your dream of having a perfect nest. This through guidelines that are found throughout the book. Now, Albert joins me in studio to talk about this subject. Albert, good morning. Look,
morning.
This book is going to help everybody who's thinking, planning, trying to develop something that they want to describe as unique. But let's be honest, it can be the most stressful thing that can affect the family if they're not properly orientated around what it will take to develop your home.
Exactly. I agree with you. And that's exactly the reason why I wrote this book. Because I've experienced this, and people complain to me regularly that that is the situation. And the main reason behind it is that people are not informed. You know, they do not know how to do it. They venture into building an expensive house for millions of rand without the basic knowledge of construction or managing a site. And there are so many things involved. It's not plain sailing. It is not easy. And the second thing is that everything that you get or buy today comes with instructions, a service manual or anything. Even your clothes, there's a sticker on there, don't iron, don't what have you.
People don't read it.
Yeah, but exactly. But there is no guidebook for a house. And there's another thing that comes without a guidebook or instruction manual, and that's children. Okay.
That's true.
Now,
one of the things, Albert, and you've mentioned some really interesting things. I mean, you've got almost 40 years of experience in this department. Why do you think it is that people are led by the nose? They bring in an architect, on-site manager, and the cost overruns of building or renovating. People budget 100, 120,000, but they end up spending close to 200,000 that they didn't budget for, and they feel like they have no control.
Exactly. This is what, when you start off with any project, make sure about your admin. Make sure about the contract, finishing schedules, costing your budget. In those cases, the budget will not, well prepared and things like that. And then the other thing is that, as you said, you're led by the nose, and a very sore point for me, and which people are losing money on, is the poor workmanship. Really?
And it affects the entire industry in the built environment. If somebody's created a bad reputation for themselves, people don't criticize in isolation, they criticize the entire industry.
Yes. But there is a general decline in quality of workmanship. Okay. You had an interview with a person last week or so who said that the government is concerned about the quality of workmanship on the one side, and the other side is that people do not maintain their houses and look after the value. There's a lot of capital that goes in there, and if you do not maintain it and look after it, you will lose your capital.
Very quickly, what are some of the mistakes, the obvious mistakes? You talked about budgets, but how do you, if you don't know, and look, you've been in this for almost 40 years, but there are people that genuinely don't know how to start a process. They call, they find, and sometimes what we do is we get referred by friends to someone that they've used, but everybody's experience is unique. It's not the same.
Exactly. This is where this book will come in to guide you. You see, quality of workmanship, for instance, on that point. You want some tiling done, right? And you find a friend and say, oh, you recently had tiling done. What was the tiler like? Oh, it was great. Don't believe him. Go out and have a look for yourself, because the secret here is, on your house, your standard applies. The fact that he was happy does not mean that you will be happy. And sometimes you, on his recommendation, when he comes to tile for you, you say, but this is not what I want. But this other man was happy. It doesn't work like that. Take your time. Go and check out these references that you get, and make very sure that about it.
Where do we get this book, Albert?
It's available on our website.
Okay.
proudhomeowner.co.za.
Okay. Albert, you've given us some really great advice. The book is very, very simple. It's Albert van Wyk. He's a construction expert, nearly 40 years in the industry. He's the author of a book titled The Proud Homeowner, and he's in studio taking us through the guidelines of having to develop the perfect nest. Even if you want to build the perfect nest with your family, there's just some things you have to really consider. It's called The Proud Homeowner by Albert van Wyk. Go and get it. And it's all about inspections. It's a guide to constructing a new house, managing alterations, buying a property, maintenance, and identifying cracks and damp. Could be serious problems. We're taking a break. Don't go anywhere.